here we are, after a field that comprised of 40 players. 4 rounds later, we've come to our 2 finalists here from the Guinness World Series of Pool 2012, first ever speed pool tournament to be held in Asia. Today we have the 2 boys from Great Britain. Karl boys takes on Darren Appleton. Let's just remind you of their respective journeys here today for the final and see who will take home that $21,500. Karl boys, in the round of 32, he beat Indonesian Rudi Susanto. It was another Indonesian in the round of 16, Ferdi, who was at the mercy of the British player. Mika Immonen, cool as ice, couldn't quite overcome the strength of the handsome one. He fell in the quarterfinals, and the semifinals brought Dennis Urkoyo from the Philippines oh so close to possibly be the only Asian in this final, but it wasn't to be. Well, Darren Appleton has just literally 5 minutes ago booked his place in the final. Here's how he did it. Roberto Gomez from the Philippines was the first casualty in the wake of Darren Appleton and his cue. Shane Van Boning in the USA from round 16 was ousted. Jeffrey DeLuna from the Philippines couldn't quite make it into the semi-final stage. Chris Melling, a definite favorite coming into this tournament, fell at the mercy of Darren Appleton and his cool, calm and composed way. His one mantra being, don't miss that ball. So, Darren has just walked back into the arena. Karl and Darren, if you're both ready, let's find out which Englishman will reign supreme today and walk home with that grand prize from our friends here at Guinness. So Karl is just checking that everything is as perfect can be as he comes into this last session. This is 7 racks to determine who our grand winner is today. And the one thing we do know is that all the English boys are friends, but the gloves are well and truly off. And it's game on, people. So if you're ready, gentlemen, let's begin with the final. First of 7 racks to determine who is the grand winner of this tournament. On the count of 3, 3, 2, 1, go.
Mr. Consistency, Darren Dynamite Appleton on table 2. You can just see him on the near side there against Guapo Karl boys on table 1. Karl boys holding down the fastest time for 5 racks, which is 3:49. We are now, though, in the final, so we will have 7 racks. A little bit more added intensity for everybody out there. And it's a good start from both of these players. Appleton's got up to an absolute flyer by the looks of things. Only has 3 plus the 10 to do. Boyce has managed to catch him up. He's skipping and dancing around the table very, very quickly. 3 ball in the bottom bag with a big stretch there from Darren Appleton. The 9 goes for Boyce. This is a close one. First off the bat, 46 seconds has been clocked by Appleton. And the clock stops at 50 for Karl boys.
I think Karl boys moves faster than Darren, but Darren might be the better pure shooter.
He just seems to take his time a little bit more, doesn't he? The composure that he has when he's there. Let's have a look at the breaks. 2 soft breaks. Yeah. You can see where the balls are, and they're nicely spread, aren't they? There's no clusters there. You know, the balls can be dealt with in the position that they're in.
Absolutely. If you've just joined us, we are playing speed pool here. You can hit the 1 ball and the 9 ball in any order. You have to hit the 10 ball last. We're going to play, it's a 7 rack match, 2 racks longer than everything else we played in this event. The winner is going to get $41,500 US, and the runner-up in this final match about $12,000.
Correct. It's just over that mark, 12,500 for the runner-up. The semi-finalists got 6,200, and the whole total purse for this event was $100,000 US. Good breaks from both players and nice spreads, no clusters at all that you can see. So it's who can pick the path the quickest. Nice shot there from both players. Just going to stop from Darren Appleton, puts him straight on the 2, which leads him straight onto the 8. Good play from him. There's that slop shot that you spoke about before. Karl boys managing to down 2 balls very quickly. Appleton does exactly the same. Boyce has 2 balls left. Has to run that one over a little bit.
Ooh, Boyce has a thin cut on the 7. The cue ball's going to move. He's got to wait here.
It's going to slow down, and it's going to give Appleton the opportunity to try and catch up time-wise. A nice little check stun there means that Appleton and Boyce are going to finish pretty much on time. 52 seconds for Appleton, 51 for Boyce.
I think we're going to see something in the neighborhood of 6.5 minutes win this event, or less. Could even get under 6.
Could it get under 5? That's the question.
I think that's a bit too much to ask in a 7-rack match.
We shall see. It's going to be very, very close. That you can be sure of. There's that little nudge in the stop shot. So important in speed pool. It's all about the cue in action. It's all about the control of the ball. About being able to stop the ball quickly and have your path and your line onto your next ball all in place and all set to go.
Players in position.
Rack number 3 up next. No mistakes from either player at the moment. 2 very respectable times, and there's just 3 seconds separating them, which is what we would expect from these two. Boyce gets down very quickly and takes one and almost gets hit in the hand by the 5 ball. That is allowed, of course. It didn't touch his hand, so there's no problem there. No foul incurred. Nice spreads again. They seem to have both got the breaks down to a T at the moment, don't they?
Yes, but Boyce doesn't have any balls up the table, which Darren Appleton has to deal with the 5 and the 4.
He's going to have to work a little bit harder and move the ball around. Then he's overstretching the touch.
Not good for Darren Appleton. Well, very good for Karl Boyce on your screen. Darren Appleton needed the cue ball to release. And Boyce is in 39.
Looks over his shoulder to see exactly where Appleton was standing and where he was.
Combination from Appleton. It's all about minimal movement on the cue ball, and Appleton is going to fall behind a bit here.
Cue ball needs to stop. It's a little bit longer in stopping. It's bang on a minute, and it's just a slight advantage of 18 seconds in favour of Karl Boyce. Number 4 is coming your way. So you take a look back at both players, Karl Boyce and Darren Appleton, the way that they're moving around the table. There's the ease and that frame. You mentioned the frame again, and Darren Appleton, we've seen him overstretching on 1 or 2 occasions. He's 5'9", but the 6'2" frame of Karl Boyce is really helping. You pointed that out when he played against Dennis Akulio, and that is important when you're playing speed pool for that reach, isn't it?
Yeah. If you're short and you have to reach over, at least you've got time to reach. You know, it's much more comfortable to reach over for those tough shots if you're a tall player. And our boys must have played a bit of centre forward in his youth, or maybe goalkeeper, I think, Paul.
Hit the big man up front.
Yes.
He's a big, strong lad, that's for sure. Nice and solid. He's been playing pool for 14 years, and Tiger Woods is one of his heroes. Don't forget the draw table is presented by Iwan Simonis, the official tablecloth of the Guinness World Series of Pool 2012. Rack number 4 is about to get underway. 29-year-old against the 36-year-old. It's a 29-year-old moving around the table and having a change there to a bridge right at the last second because the 5 ball came into the path of Boyce. Manages to have a stop ball to take the 6 on. And Appleton having to wait until his cue ball stops. With the path here that Boyce is choosing is a very, very good one, and it's very clear as well.
3 straight stop balls. Make it 4, almost 4 straight stop balls. That is what you want in speed pool. Minimal cue ball movement. And he's going to come up here with sub 45-second rack, is he?
There it goes. Yes, he does. The clock is stopped at 42, and another stunning rack from Karl Boyce, who is getting better and better and better.
Darren has played a very bad shot here from 2 to 3. Didn't quite get under that, and he has to take a penalty to move the 3 out to a friendlier spot. Karl Boyce is inching closer, perhaps, to that title, but we still have a long ways to go.
Still a long way to go. Is that going to be one start really affects him. 1:19 finally posted, just the one foul that we've had in this final so far, which shows you the quality that has been on display. But 55 seconds now separate Karl Boyce from Darren Dynamite Appleton, and he's going to need some of that explosive power if he is to get back into this game. Or can Karl Boyce hold on and see this one out?
3 left, yeah? 3 left.
So, as you can see, Darren Appleton just looking over to us just to get confirmation that it is a 7-rack game in the final, which of course it is. So we just gave him the thumbs up and said you're spot on there, Bob. So these players know that time is going to affect them, but it all depends. If Karl Boyce can put in another solid rack without a foul, you have to say with just a couple of laps left that he will be the favourite. Oh, and he's pocketed the 5 and the 3, 2 balls in one. This could be very good for Boyce. This is going to be a very fast time, no question about that. Just stuns down onto the 2. Appleton having to work hard in and around the table. The 8 is now on for Boyce. Boyce just pushes it across, has the 9 and the 7, checks over his shoulder to see what Appleton is doing, drops the 9 in. He's just going to have to move this 7 into the pocket and come back round. It's not going to be the fastest rack that we've seen this week, but again, it's going to be another sub 45. Clock stops on 41, and this is absolutely flawless from Karl Boyce. 5 on the bounce without conceding penalty, and Appleton hits a 48.